Man, Whittaker. Whittaker makes me laugh too, man. The one with the little spider, how do you be such a tough man, but also such a pussy at the same time? Makes me laugh. The government was bugging my phone. I'd be on the slow path to insanity.
Sean Strickland, thanks so much for your time here on Fox Sports. Now, be honest, how much do you miss being here in Australia?
Man, I will say Australia is probably one of my favorite places to fight. The people are awesome, man. It was great, The government, bunch of soft bastards, but everybody else amazing.
Well, you had a big fight over here and then a big fight over in Canada, but I imagine you're pretty excited to be fighting back on home soil in front of fans. It's been a little while.
Well, let me tell you, man. I'm in New Jersey, which is pretty much New York, which is pretty much Canada and Australia. You can't have guns here. It's all bad here, guys. Enemy territory.
Enemy territory. So you haven't been feeling the love from the fans in Newark?
No, man, the fans are all awesome, but it's one of those things where you're born here, you live here, you get stuck here, even though you don't like it. But yeah, the fans here are amazing.
All right, well, let's talk about.
Well, I would say it's MMA fans in general, man. And MMA fans are in general. They're a different breed of people, and they're good people.
Well, you've really endeared yourself to the MMA populace, I guess, since becoming this superstar that you are. You've turned into a real character and personality since fighting for the fans last time out. So I imagine that the love that you've received is tremendous, right?
Man, I will say that I walk down the street and I meet such good people, and I'm very fortunate to have the fans I do. I generally, most people I meet are good people, and maybe that's a reflection on MMA as a sport, but yeah, no, I'm very fortunate.
All right, well, let's talk about the two championship fights that I mentioned against Izzy and Dricus. 1 win, 1 loss. However, both went 5 rounds. Sean, what did you learn from those two experiences?
Man, I thought I won. Dana thought I won. The scorecards thought I won. But you go fight in commie Canada, it sometimes doesn't go your way. No, everything was good, man. The cut really threw me off. If it wasn't for that cut, I would have walked through Dricus. It just not be able to see out of the eye threw me off. Took me a little bit to adjust. So at the end of the day, man, I don't really put too much stock in belts and wins because it's out of your hand. Even when you think you won, even when everybody else thinks you won, it's kind of out of your hand. So just is what it is, man. I like to fight. I'm a prize fighter, and just it's what I do.
Yeah, I thought what was really impressive about those two performances was your endurance and how you were able to keep pushing forward for 5 rounds and how you managed to handle the championship rounds with such pressure. And that's got to fill you with confidence heading into this fight against Paulo Costa, which is also a 5-round co-main event this time.
Man, at the highest levels, we're all ready to die for what we want. What I mean by that, at the top levels, we are all willing to break our arm to break our opponent's arm. So I don't know if I even think about it. I just think I want to go in there and just, fucking fight for what I want. That's pretty. I don't even think about the other guy. I hope you trained. I hope you're prepared, and I hope you're ready.
Okay, well, that was my next question. I was going to ask how you assess Paulo Costa, not only as an opponent, but he's quite a character as well. So how do you assess him as a
Oh, man. I tell you what, that but the guy makes me laugh.
So Paulo Costa makes you laugh. I mean, do you see yourself getting along with him?
He's a funny Brazilian, man. You can't help to say he's funny, but doesn't mean I'm not going to try to show him his teeth and his blood on my gloves, but he's still funny.
All right, well, I want to ask tactically, how did you assess his fight against our guy, Robert Whittaker, a few months ago?
Oh, man, Whittaker. Whittaker makes you laugh too, man. The one with the little spider, how do you be such a tough man, but also such a pussy at the same time? Makes me laugh. But, so with the spider and the broom. Anyways, you know what? Costa, he's kind of like a one-trick pony, man. He backs up. He looks to catch you with an explosion. So it just comes down to, just using your fucking eyes, using your brain, try not to get caught. He's looking for that big punch, and then so got to be sharp.
I mean, Whittaker makes you laugh, but I imagine you respect him quite a bit as a fighter and also as a man. But what in particular makes you laugh so much about Rob?
Man, you know what it is, dude? You take these savages in the ring, and then and you see them in real life, and you're like, dude, you're kind of a fucking woman sometimes, when the spider was in his house and he's fucking freaking out, jump on the fucking couch, Funny, dude. Funny guy. Funny Kiwi or Australian, where the he's from.
He's an Aussie. Yeah, how
He's an Aussie. Yeah, he's a funny dude. I like that.
how are you with spiders and bugs and insects and stuff like that, and rats and vermin?
Oh, I don't give a dude. I don't give a man. Like, I mean, I don't want to get bit by one of those little bastards, but yeah, I don't care.
You mentioned earlier, Sean, that titles and belts don't mean all that much to you. However, there is an argument to be made that, yeah, well, exactly. That's a good point. That you make money and it's a good financial thing to be champion. So with that said, the winner of this fight this weekend, could stake a claim to fight for the belt next. But so could the winner of Robert Whittaker versus Khamzat Chimaev. How do you assess that whole situation?
I think that's gonna be a good fight. I think Whittaker has the tools to win if he is at his best, but we'll find out. And yeah, no, I don't mind being patient. I don't mind being patient. I'll fight. I'll beat Costa, and if I have to be patient, it needs to happen. It needs to happen. Me and that man need to fight. I want to knock out Costa impressively, and then I want to, obviously I want a belt. I want to fight for the belt again. It needs to happen, but I don't mind waiting, man. And then damn, a prize fighter. Who knows? Maybe the UFC will be like, hey, it's not going to happen. We want you to fight this guy who's never fought before, and we'll give you a bunch of money. And I'm like, all right, whatever. You know what I'm saying, dude? It's the UFC, bro. You never know.
Yeah. But just to be clear, you think that the winner of this fight would be next in line after the winner of Khamzat Chimaev, Robert Whittaker?
Man, I don't know. It's all analytics, dude. It's all comes down to whatever the nerds behind the computers want. It's like they all just say, hey, what fight makes me the most money? So we'll see how that goes. I'm also a liability, man. You know me. They talked about me in the government. I think the UFC was pretty happy when they took my belt away. They're like, finally, we don't got to no more calls to the legal team.
Wait, what do you mean they talk about you in the government? What do you mean by that?
Oh, dude, they said I made fun of women or something. They talked about me in your guys' parliament as they're taking our rights away and freedom of speech. Dude, like, yeah, you guys are all bad, man. You guys are in a bad place. I feel bad for the Australians. They're good, freedom-loving people, dude. But yeah, you're in a bad place.
I thought you were talking about the US government. I didn't think you were talking about our parliament.
I'm talking about your guys' government. Yeah, they talked about me. They said I was disparaging to women or some shit. I'm not disparaging to women, man. Maybe get your ass in the kitchen where you belong, right?
Oh my God. Eric Nixick reckons that in this fight particularly, you're going to, the 5 rounds actually suits you and that you're hoping to get him out of there in the later rounds. Do you agree with that? Do you think that Paulo Costa has what it takes to go 5 rounds with you?
Yeah, no, I think he does. I don't think he's going to. I think he works his ass off. Anybody who fights me, they put cardio at like top of the priority. But yeah, I don't think he does. But I think that he's prepared for it. And I hope he has prepared for it. It's always nice to beat someone if they're at their best.
It's a big card. Islam Makhachev and also Dustin Poirier in the main event. Could I get your thoughts on that one, Sean?
Man, I think Dustin has a shot, but, I think Islam just, MMA is his life. This is like his core, his being is MMA. So I obviously got my money on him, but, I'm always down for the Americans. Let's get it done.
Yeah, I was going to say, we had a chat with Dustin yesterday, and we were talking about how this could potentially be his final fight. I was saying, say it ain't so. He's been such a loyal servant and a great advocate for the sport of mixed martial arts in the past 40 fights. You must be a fan of Dustin.
Man, I know. I grew up watching the guy, but I don't mind when guys walk away from the sport. I always say it look at Gaethje versus Max Holloway. How much money is enough? It doesn't matter if you don't have the brain and you got the CTE. You could be, you could have $10 million, $20 million in the bank, but if you can't spend it because your brain, is a mush, it doesn't matter. So anytime guys can walk away from the sport with a little bit of money and the family and happiness, I'm always like, yeah, I applaud you guys, man. Enjoy your retirement. Enjoy.
I've heard you say this a bunch of times, Sean. So with that said, how long do you foresee yourself staying in the sport of mixed martial arts, and why do you stick around?
Man, I just don't know what I'd do. If I wasn't fighting, I'd just sit at home all day and the voices would start getting to me. I'd start thinking that the government was bugging my phone. I'd be on the slow insanity, you know. Yeah, it would start slowly, but eventually it would just fucking take over. I start trying to overthrow the government. The ATF would be kicking down my door. It'd be all bad, dude.
You and Bryce Mitchell could team up or something.
Oh yeah, dude. Me and Bryce Mitchell, dude. We should run for politics. That's what we should do. And after that, we'll go to Australia and fix you.
Yeah. So you guys could run as president and vice president. Who would be president and vice president in that situation?
Bro, I'm the president. Come on, man. I weigh more. I'm a middleweight. We gotta fight for it. But nah, Bryce is a good dude, man. He's like when you think of America and you think of like what the American man is, that's Bryce. You know, hard worker, has a family. You know, lives in the country. Like that is the pinnacle of what like America is to me. So nah, Bryce is a good dude.
Imagine that, Sean Strickland as Australian Prime Minister. I don't know what to make of that.
Oh, it'd be great, dude. First thing I do, bro, I'm free speech. Hate speech isn't a thing. We're striking that right up. No such thing as hate speech. Say whatever you want. Make fun of the government. You don't gotta, you know, it'll be great, dude. It'll be great. You guys will fucking love it.
Sean, we spoke about generic questions before we came on air. I'm going to give you one right now. Give us a prediction for how this one goes down.
Oh man, I think third, fourth round. You know, I'm just gonna put it on him. I'll probably he'll probably start showing damage by the third or fourth round, and then I'm just gonna put him out. I don't hit hard, so I'm about to hit him a lot.
Sean, it's always fun, always a pleasure. Go well this weekend, mate.
Man, you have a good one. Hey, thank you, Australia, man. You guys have always been great to me. I appreciate you guys.
We can't wait to see you. We'd love to have you over here once again.
As a vacation, bro. I'd actually go love to see Australia. Well, they don't let me back in anymore. F you guys.
Are you serious? Wait, is that real? Yeah, actually.
It's hard, bro. It's really hard for me to like. I got to go and get like. Yeah, it's hard, dude. I have a little eensy beensy criminal record, dude, and all of a sudden they think I'm violent. They think I'm gonna assault people on the street. How the f did they get that idea?
Yeah, the criminal record wasn't from that bloke in Bondi that you punched, was it?
No, dude, that guy was the man, bro. We gotta find that guy, dude. He was the hero. Yeah, no, I would actually love to go back. You guys got a beautiful country, and the fans are amazing.
Yeah, we'll get that dude on the show. Sean, thanks once again for your time, buddy.
Have a good one, bye.